Greetings, loved ones. Today we are going to talk about 3 myths about survivors of domestic violence. It's time to stop telling yourself these things. Help us get the messages out. Please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit the like button and that notification bell, and please share these messages with others. You never know, just by doing so, you could save a life. All right, myth number 1. You deserve the abuse. You did something to provoke your partner. For real, no one deserves to be abused. This is victim blaming mentality, which focuses on the survivor's behavior instead of the abuser's behavior. Whether it's coming home late, wearing something unapproved, or forgetting to put gas in the car, abuse is never warranted. Making you feel like you deserve the abuse is a way for an abusive partner to avoid accountability by shifting the blame to you. Other ways of not taking responsibility is blaming the relationship, childhood, health problems, substance abuse, children, etc. All right, the next myth. You enjoy or are addicted to abuse, otherwise you leave. For real. Leaving is easy, right? You can just pack your things, walk out the door, and never come back. Wrong. Leaving is the most unsafe time in the relationship for a survivor. As the abusive partner feels the loss of power and control, he or she may act out in dangerous ways to regain control. Furthermore, the survivor's self-esteem has been beaten down, and in turn, he or she may feel worthless, unlovable, and dependent. Divorce, children, a safe place to stay, and finances can also factor in when trying to leave. No one enjoys being intimidated, threatened, humiliated, or beaten by anyone, let alone the person who is supposed to love them. The next myth. You knew what you were getting into. For real, abusive partners often wear a facade or a mask in public. They aren't who they pretend to be behind closed doors. They may be friendly and respected in the community, and only at home do they display abhorrent behavior. This is confusing for survivors because they may feel that if they talk about the abuse, no one will believe them. Also, in the beginning stage of a relationship, an abusive partner can be anything but abusive. There may be flowers, compliments, and jewelry. It's not until he or she feels comfortable, powerful, and in control that the abuse can come out. And when the tactics do surface, they often start out small and are usually hard to recognize. Little things like suggesting which outfit to wear and isolating by sabotaging efforts to be with friends and family. Abuse is not the fault of the victim. Victims cannot always easily leave. And victims, they don't like being abused. Relationship abuse is much different from other kinds of violence. On the street, you don't necessarily know the person who assaults and robs you, but you do know and love the partner who abuses you. Mostly, victims do not want the relationship to end. It is the abuse and violence they wish would end. And when aggressors plead forgiveness and promise never to do it again, the victim wants to believe he is telling the truth and stay. On average, a woman leaves her abuser 7 times before finally leaving for good. And the most dangerous time in a relationship is the moment the victim decides to leave. With 1 in 3 women experiencing domestic violence worldwide and 15 million children witnessing the violence each year, the question is not if you will encounter a victim of violence. The question before God is, what will you do when you do encounter them? You could be the person who saves a life. You are called. We are all called to be champions for justice. And those who suffer violence, they need to know that those who love them and those who don't even know them and those will step out and reach out to them to give them the courage and the help they need to leave before it's too late. Help us get these messages out. Please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit that like button and the notification bell, and please share these messages with others. You never know, just by doing so you could save a life. If you are a victim of violence, I want you to listen to me. You are valued. You are loved. You are intelligent, and you are beautiful. God does not want you to suffer violence. He wants you to live free from violence in peace and tranquility. There is a way out. It's not your fault, and abuse is not love. If you're a victim of violence, reach out to somebody today. If you find yourself in a dangerous situation, call 911 for help. If you know of a child suffering violence, tell the authorities. Tomorrow we're going to talk about 25 ways you can help someone suffering abuse. Until then, God bless you.